right, welcome to a Vinyasa practice. My name is Kaylee. When you're ready, you can meet me in a seat. However you can sit comfortably is great. And then once you land, you're welcome to close the eyes down or rest your gaze softly, somewhere slightly downcast, so let the eyelids get a little heavy unless you close them all the way down and let them get real heavy. And find a little lightness in your chest, a little lift through the crown of the head. And use this moment of relative stillness. It's totally okay if you need to shift or adjust. But use this moment of stillness to start to pull your attention, your focus, into your body. And just notice the quality of energy in your body. Do you feel amped up or agitated or kind of almost chomping at the bit, that like impatient energy or that excited quality? Or maybe you feel a little heavy, a little slow. Maybe areas in the body just don't feel as alive right now. And see if whichever side of the spectrum or any spot in between you notice that you might have landed, you can use this practice to find a little bit more balance, a little bit more harmony. And certainly use this practice as an opportunity to accept yourself, how you're showing up as you are. There's nothing really that we need to fix or change. And just allow yourself to go with the flow. See if you can start to breathe here in a way that helps you feel into that flow. Maybe you lengthen your inhales and sit a little taller. And slow down your exhales. Get a little bit more grounded through your seat. A little more connected. Do 2 more rounds of breath. Long inhale. Let your belly expand. Let your chest fill and lift. And then slow exhale. And one more. Take a long breath in as if you could inhale from your sit bones all the way up through the crown of the head. Pause at the top, hold the breath. And this time open your mouth, sigh it out. Blink your eyes open and roll out onto your back. We're going to bend the knees, lie down onto the back of bent knees. Once you land, bring your arms by your side. Let's press into the feet, lift your hips up. Nice and easy bridge, doesn't need to be the highest one ever. Go ahead and lower right back down. Let's do a couple more of those. Lift your hips up, find the back side of your body, so glutes, calves, and then lower your hips back down. Lift your hips up. This time walk your feet closer together. Big toes might even touch, mine don't, but they're pretty close together. And then kind of stomp your right foot down as you bring your left knee up. I know, good morning or afternoon. Big opening to practice. Take a breath in and then slowly set the foot down. Lower your hips down. Let's reach the arms back overhead. Clear it out. Breathe in. And then open your mouth. Press the hips back up. This time shift the weight into the left. Right leg's gonna lift. Stretch. Take a breath in. Long exhale, right foot and hips drop down. Reach your arms back over your head. Breathe in. Arms to the side, lift up back into your bridge. Left leg lifts, hold it there. Circle your left ankle. Really wake up through your left foot, spread your toes. Switch the direction of those ankle circles for 3, 2, 1. Keep the left leg long, but we're gonna tuck the tailbone even more. So scoop the pelvis under and then lower your back down. Left leg is up at the ceiling. And then reach the left leg all the way out on the mat in front of you. Reach your arms back over your head. Take a big breath in. And then we're gonna lift the leg and the arms up. Little kind of half of a boat here. Inhale, reach it back long. 2 more like that. Press into the right foot a little if you need some support, lift up. Again, inhale, stretch. Exhale, lift, hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Plant your foot, you're still lifted, lifting through your arms. And then bring your upper back and then your head all the way down to the mat. Drop your arms by your side. Take a breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. We're going to keep working on the left leg. So extend that left leg up and then lower the left leg down. Lift the left leg up. So this is going to be a lot easier. Do a few like this. We're prepping for some fish pose today. Maybe some shoulder stand as well. We won't get there until the end of class, but we want to warm up the abdominals and the quads a bunch. Keep going with the left leg. If you can, curl the head and the neck and the chest up, then slide the elbows and the forearms back. Keep drawing your lower abdominals in. 3, 2. Keep the leg long out in front of you. Lift your chin toward the chest. Keep engaging your abdominals. Stay here for 3, 2, 1. Chin to the chest. Bend your knee. Lower down. Reach your arms back overhead. Breathe in. Exhale into bridge. This time we lift the right leg. Circle your right ankle. Spread the toes, really warm up the foot. Switch the direction of your ankle circles. Notice all those little spaces in your foot. We're going to keep the leg lifting or stretched as you lower your hips. Leg is toward the ceiling still. And then lower that leg all the way down. Lift and lower. Let's lower the leg down. Reach the arms back overhead. Breathe in. 3 times, lift all the way up. Inhale, I think I did that in the opposite order on the other leg. Exhale. This makes more sense with a progression here. Breathe in. Breathe out, lift. Lower all the way down. Let's come into the bent elbow version. So lift the head, slide onto the forearms here, and then we're gonna lift and lower just the right leg. See if you can connect to the front side of your body. So your spine is long, low back is long, but you're using the front of the right thigh and the lower belly to lift and lower. Hold the leg lifted. Stay here or lift your chin, open your throat. So we're in like kind of part of a fish stretch here. Breathe in, chin to chest, knees to chest, roll down onto your back. Take a breath. When you're ready, cross your ankles. Let's start to rock forward and backward until you can work your way into a standing forward fold. Maybe you get their hands free. Maybe you use your arms. When you get there, bend the knees generously. Catch the crooks of the opposite elbows. Find a little sway here. Give your head a gentle shake from shoulder to shoulder or a little nod. You can bounce your chest up and down toward the thighs. And then let's release the hands down. Heel toe your feet to whatever distance feels good for you. Bend the knees as you bring your torso parallel with the ground. Reach the crown of the head forward. Lift your lower belly and wing your arms by your side. So we're in a winged arm halfway stretch. Reach the crown of the head forward and pull the underarms down toward the sides of your waist. Breathe in. Catch your calves, forward fold, curl your chin to your chest as you exhale. Again, halfway stretch, wing the arms, knit the floating ribs in, pull the navel in, and then fold forward, catch your calves, let your head and your neck drop. One more like that, halfway stretch, wings, arms, breathe in. Catch the calves, release your head down. Rise all the way up, take your time. Circling your arms over your head, maybe you even look up toward your thumbs, breathe in. And then bring your hands to your heart, let your eyes close down again. Come back to the flow in your breath, so feel in to the length in your body as you breathe in. As you exhale, can you connect a bit more to your center, root down to the middle of your feet, hug the inner thighs in, lift the low belly in. Again, find your flow just in your breath to start. So inhale, Reach the crown of the head up. Exhale, hug in through your midline. And blink your eyes open, reach up on your inhale. Fold forward, nice long exhale, catch your calves, let the head tumble down. Halfway stretch, this time plant your fingers. And then step your feet to the back of the mat, rock forward, lower all the way down to your belly. We're gonna come up into Cobra pose, tent the fingers here, point the elbows up, and bend your right knee so that the right toes are reaching back toward the crown of the head. You might even lift the chin up. See if you can find some space in the neck, so we're not crimping at the neck there. Take a big breath in. You lift that right knee a little higher. Exhale, forehead taps down and the right foot releases to the mat. Come into Cobra. This time we're going to go on the left side. And point into the left toes. You might press down through the front of the hips and the thighs and or lift up through the left knee so you feel a stretch in the front of the left thigh. Breathe in. Release it down through the center as you exhale. Cobra, you can keep your feet down here or bend both of your knees. Look up on an in-breath. And then let's find child's pose. Send your hips back to your heels. Stay here. Take a long breath in. Anytime you want, you can open your mouth for your exhale. Pull forward to a tabletop position on an inhale and tuck your toes. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Stay here. Take a few breaths as you bend your left knee real deeply and press down with your right heel. And then switch. Bend your right knee real deeply, press down with your left heel. Go ahead and pedal it out. One more breath in. Stay here for your exhale. Look forward, and then on empty lungs, step or float your feet to the top of your mat. Winged arm halfway stretch there. Breathe in. Catch your calves as you exhale. Rise all the way on the in-breath. Go right back down as you empty out. Bend the knees, plant the fingers, breathe in. High plank to low plank all the way down, breathe out. Cobra, we go to the right this time, immediately on your in-breath. Release it down as you exhale. Take it to the left, big breath in. Release down and empty. Cobra through the middle. Remember, you can stay on both of your feet or both knees bent. And then child's pose, use your hands and your upper body to press back, stretch through your hips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Tabletop on the inhale, toes tuck. Down dog on the exhale, hips lift. Take a breath in. Stay here, press back more on the exhale. Hold the air out of the body, look forward, and then step lightly or float to the top. Winged arm half lift, breathe in. Catch your calves, breathe out. Rise on the inhale, reach. Right back down, long exhale, make it smooth. Half lift, plant the fingers, breathe in. High to low, all the way down to your belly. One more time like this. Cobra to the right, big breath in. Release down as you empty. Cobra, take it left on the in-breath. Release down, exhale. Through the center, your version, breathe in. Child's pose, use your chest, pull your belly to your low back as you press back. Full round of breath in and out. Tabletop toes tuck on the in-breath. Downward dog on the exhale. One big breath in. Stay here, finish the exhale, step or float to the top. Winged arm halfway stretch, breathe in. Fold forward and breathe out. We're gonna add on here, rise all the way up on the inhale. Find a lightning chair, hinge back into your hips, big bend into the knees. Continue to breathe, right? Find the flow in your breath. And root down through your left foot. Single-legged mountain, reach the arms up, lift your right knee up. Find your balance for a moment here. And then from your single leg mountain, we're going to take it into eagle pose. Wrap your right leg over and your right arm under. Hug the inner thighs toward one another and see if you can stack your shoulders back over your hips. Take a breath in. Maybe you sit a little bit lower on your breath out. We're going back to single-legged mountain. Reach the right knee and the arms up on the in-breath. And then lightning chair, wing your arms to your side as you exhale. This time left knee comes up, single-legged mountain. Take a big breath in. And then eagle, left leg over, left arm under. Set your eyes to one spot. Use your breath to pull your attention into your body, to notice little points where you can refine the alignment a little bit, or feel into a more stable connection, maybe just with your breath. Sit a little bit lower. On an inhale, single-legged mountain, reach up. Lightning chair on the exhale. Stay here, interlace your hands at your lower back. Take a big breath in, broaden out the collarbones. And then keep the bind as you fold forward. Let your knuckles work their way away from your body toward the front of your space. Release the bind, plant the fingers on an in-breath. High plank to low plank. This time you can choose if you want to go all the way or halfway down. Cobra or upward facing dog just through the center. Take a breath in. And then straight to down dog. Send your hips up and back. Lift the right leg here, bend your right knee, find some space in the right hip. This time draw some circles with your right knee, so big circles, circles that work their way underneath your body, forward a little bit, and then out to the right and back in space behind you. Switch the direction of those circles. So not only are we working a lot of like hip mobility here, stirring up that synovial fluid, but we're also challenging our balance and stability by moving that knee around. It changes our center of gravity just a little bit. Kick the leg back, breathe in. We're gonna step the right foot outside of the right pinky finger, big step, and then pivot into skandasana. So spin it around so you're facing the left side of your mat. You can use your hands in front of you for some balance, or you might work on bringing your hands to your heart. As soon as you land, come back to your breath. Maybe you close the eyes and just feel into the stretch. Feel into the strength here. And one more nice long inhale. And then we're going to tent the fingers on either side of the right foot to find a wide stance pyramid. So pivot around until you can come up onto your right heel. Left foot is down. You can always bend your left knee. Let the head drop. Maybe you give it a little shake. From this wide stance pyramid, we're going to rebend the front knee just so you can shift your weight forward and find a standing split. Perhaps you crawl the fingers forward a little bit underneath your shoulders. You've also got plenty of options to add on to challenge your balance, bringing maybe one hand to the back of the right ankle or both hands to the back of the right ankle. Guide your nose towards your right knee. Finish your standing split with a nice big inhale. Really press into your right foot. And then we're going to find a Shiva squat. Bring your left knee into your calf. Draw the belly button in. Nice and flat back here. Stay here or wing your arms by your side. From your Shiva squat, we're going back to standing split. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. This time we've got a short stance pyramid. So bring the left foot a lot closer. Bend your left knee. Lift onto your right heel. Maybe you even wing your arms here. Nice. We're going right back to standing split. Nice and smooth. Breathe in. And then from here, we're going to find malasana. So it's a big step with the left foot to the outside of your left fingers. Sink your hips down. And let the eyes close. Take a couple breaths here or set your gaze to one spot and just notice what you feel in your body. The theme right now in my life has been really going with the flow, trusting the flow. Things are always changing, and sometimes I find myself really resisting the changes, right? Things are sometimes happening that aren't planned, that I'm not prepared for. Y'all know the drill. And the more we resist those fluctuations, those unknowns that inevitably unfold in front of us, the more we suffer. Instead of that resistance, even as it applies to your body, you breathe in a way that helps you feel that you can go with the flow. And trust that as you breathe in that way, you'll know when and if to take breaks or to make adjustments. And stay in matyasana, but blink your eyes open. Reach your right arm up, bring your left fingers down or your left palm down, and press the left arm into the left inner thigh to peel open. Really reach back and up through your right arm, and then we're going to bring the right fingers down for balancing half moon. So the left limbs are going to lift up and open, spinning your torso toward the left side of the space. See if you can peel open, stacking the left shoulder on top of the right. The left side of the ribs is rolling open on top of the right. Send a lot of energy into your top left foot, and then steady as possible, big step into reverse warrior. Reach the right arm up, find lots of space in the side body as you work your right knee toward your right pinky toe. From here, we're going to find a prayer twist, hooking the left elbow outside of the right thigh. Come back to your breath here. So you pivoted onto the ball of the back foot. See if you can make this pose feel like a totally different shape as you inhale by lengthening through the spine. And as you exhale by deepening into the twist, perhaps you gently look over your top shoulder. 2 more breaths, long inhales. Smooth exhales, wrapping your lungs around your heart. Again, breathe in. Nice deep breath out, twist. Sky Archer is next. Pivot around. You can straighten out the front leg. Little theme here by lifting up onto your front heel. And then we're just going to cartwheel the hands to the mat. Step back and flow through your vinyasa. You can always just come into downward facing dog. Breathing in. And then down dog. Exhale, lift your hips. Left leg lifts. Put a bend in your knee here. And then same thing, draw some circles with your left knee. Check in with your left hip socket. So good to explore whatever range of motion is available today. Switch the direction of those circles, not forcing it, but really kind of sussing out and smoothing out any of the gritty spots. Let's kick the left leg back on an in-breath. And then step left foot outside of your left hand for skandasana, pivoting around so you're facing the right side of your space. Stay strong here, stay in your breath. You hear in yoga a lot of the time, or maybe in life, what we resist persists. And the more we resist, the more we end up suffering. See if you can allow your breath and this practice, once we get flowing a little faster, to be an opportunity to experiment with what it feels like to go with the flow, to align your energy with reality, the way it's unfolding. Shift your gaze forward. Tent your fingers to frame that front foot as you find a wide pyramid coming up onto your left heel. Let your head bow. Gentle through your neck, unclench through your jaw. From your wide pyramid, standing split. This first one, we've got some time to play with the balance. Feel free to experiment with maybe coming up onto the fingertips of one hand and catching the left ankle with the other. Maybe you go both hands, bringing your nose toward your left knee or your left shin. From standing splits, we're going to take our Shiva squat. So bend into both of your knees. Wing your arms by your side. See if you can take the bump out of the upper back here. So roll the shoulders together. Pull the underarms down toward the sides of the waist. Standing split lift on an in-breath. Narrow pyramid, so a little closer stance. Maybe you wing the arms here as well. Back to standing split. Take a big breath in. And then matyasana, heels in, toes slightly out. Pause, find your breath, set your gaze. That could be closing the eyes down to shift your focus inward, or establishing a focal point and letting your eyes softly rest there. So one of the biggest skills that this practice can help us cultivate is the ability to choose where we put our attention, our energy, our consciousness. Choose what we pay attention to. And just notice where your mind is right now. Can you coach it very gently back to your breath, to the sensations in your body? Eyes will blink open if they're closed as you sweep the left arm up. Find a lot of space in that stretch across your chest. You can press the right elbow into the right inner thigh. Breathe in. And then balancing half moon. Here we go. Peel it open. Send some awareness into your top hand and your top foot. I like to say it doesn't really matter if you've got the fingers spread or they're together. Likewise, it doesn't matter a ton if you've got the toes pointed or the foot flexed or something in between. Can you just feel whatever is happening in your fingers and your toes? Can you feel your energy flowing all the way through to the periphery of your top hand and your top foot? Steady step back for reverse warrior. Peeling open, make some space, breathe into the space, and then take that inhale and exhale it into a prayer twist, pivoting the back heel up. As you breathe in, feel the spine lengthen and the space in the chest expand. As you exhale, deepen the twist, pulling the front belly away from the front thigh. One more long breath in. Finish your exhale. Sky archer when you're ready. Spin around, catch the top wrist, lift onto the front heel. And then cartwheel the hands, step it back, high to low, push up. Cobra or up dog. Finish your inhale, open the chest. And then down dog, send your hips up and back. Let's clear that out. Take a breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, let it go, relax the jaw. Step, walk, or hop your feet to the top. Halfway stretch, maybe you wing the arms, breathe in. Catch the calves, let your head drop as you exhale. Rise all the way up on the in-breath. Lightning chair as you empty. Right knee comes with you, single-legged mountain, breathe in. Eagle, right leg over, right arm under. Stay here, take a breath in. Maybe you go lower on the breath out. Back to single-legged mountain, right knee and arms reach. Lightning chair, sweep it back. Left leg lifts this time, inhale, single-legged. Exhale, eagle pose. Take a breath in, sink a little lower. Single-legged, left knee, reach up. Lightning chair, sweep it back. Interlace your hands, take a big breath in. And then fold forward, release. Half lift, maybe you plant the fingers on the in-breath. You might even float back to chaturanga on an exhale. Cobra or up dog, breathe in. Probably not doing that me today. On the breath out, downward facing. Right leg lifts, big breath in. Right away, step outside the right pinky, skandasana. Take a breath in. Wide pyramid, pop the front toes. Standing split, inhale. Shiva squat, maybe you play with a winged arm. Back to standing split, breathe in. Narrow pyramid stance, maybe you wing your arms. Standing split, one more here on the in-breath. Matyasana at the top of your mat. Right arm peels open because we're on the right side, breathe in. Release it down, balancing half moon, steady, take a big breath in. This time, step back to sky archer. Catch the top wrist, inhale. Prayer twist as you exhale. Take a full breath in, lengthen the spine. Get a little steadier in your twist as you exhale. Sky archer, or excuse me, reverse warrior is the inhale. These two shapes are kind of interchangeable, but I prefer this one for where we're heading next. We're gonna take it into a wild thing. Left hand floats down, right toes are gonna come back behind you, and then press the ground away. So you've got a straight left leg here, and the right knee is bent. We're gonna keep that, but see if you can spin onto the left heel as you sit your butt down. Reach your right hand for your left foot, and then follow up with your left hand. Doesn't matter if your hands don't quite catch. You could be reaching for the knee, the thigh, but tuck your right shoulder inside of the right knee. See if you can slow your breathing down. We're gonna go right back to wild thing. Inhale, lift up. Do that again as you exhale, sit down and reach for your foot. Wild thing again, breathe in. Last time like that, sit down, reach for your foot. Take it all the way back to wild thing, big breath in. And then low push up through your vinyasa. Inhale, open. Exhale, down dog. Left leg high, breathe in. Step forward outside the left fingers, skandasana, spin to the right on the in-breath. And then wide pyramid on the exhale. Standing split just for the breath in. Shiva squat, maybe you wing into the arms. Back to standing split, inhale. Narrow pyramid, exhale, perhaps a winged arm. Standing split again, breathe in, lots of hamstrings today. Malasana at the top. Left arm spins open on your in-breath. Bring the left hand down, find your balancing half moon. Peel the body open to the right, breathe in. Big steady step to sky archer, inhale up. Take it into your prayer twist. On your exhale, pivot the back heel, long breath in. Stay for the breath out. Reverse warrior or sky archer, remember they're kind of interchangeable, breathe into it. And then cartwheel, right hand down for a wild thing. Spinning open, left knee is bent, right leg is straight. In wild thing, I like to have the right toes, that straight right leg, pointing toward the left. But as we work our way to our butt, drop the hips a bit, so lengthen or scoop the pelvis under, spin your right toes up. And then sit down and reach for that right foot or knee. Breathe big into wherever you feel the stretch. See if you can go with the flow instead of resisting, right? Notice where there's muscular tension, often in the jaw or the brow for folks. Let that go. Breathe through it. We're going to come back into a wild thing. Take a breath in to lift it up and open. And then sit down, reach for your back foot. One more, inhale, wild thing. Exhale, sit and reach. Wild thing, finish this inhale. Vinyasa will meet in downward facing dog. Breathing in. Down dog, we're there on the breath out. Right leg lifts again, inhale. Step forward, skandasana on the exhale. Stay for a breath in, find your balance. Wide pyramid, breath out. Standing split, inhale. Shiva squat, maybe you wing the arms. Back to standing split, breathe in. Narrow pyramid, breathe out. Standing split on the in. Malasana at the top on the out. Listen, we're going to reach the right arm up. This time, you can stay here or play around with finding a bind, bringing the right arm behind the low back. You might bring your right hand to the top of the left thigh, or you might try and interlace your hands outside of your left shin. If you catch that bind, start to walk the right foot. I'll turn to this side here. Start to walk the right foot closer to your left foot. So it's right underneath the hip. Lift your butt, lift your left heel. Start to push into that right foot. Well, it's been a while since I've done this one. Keep holding the left knee as you work your way up into a variation of a bird of paradise. If that doesn't happen, no problem. This is barely happening for me today. Breathe with whatever you've got. Go with the flow. If you've got the bind and you're standing, try and keep the bind. So keep hugging that knee in. Use your leg and your arms to work your way back down. Slow, controlled. We're going to release the bind. Inhale, right arm. Balancing half moon, right back into our flow. Take a big breath in. Steady step back. Sky archer. Unwind on the in. Prayer twist to the right on the out. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Reverse your warrior. Breathe in. Wild thing, cartwheel the top hand down. Same deal. Just for the inhale, we're in wild thing. Exhale, sit and reach back. Wild thing, breathe in. 2 more, sit and reach, maybe just the right hand. Inhale, wild thing. Last, sit and reach. Back to wild thing, take a big breath in. This time, bring your right hand down, bring your right knee to your left elbow. So you're still in a high plank, but that right knee is working its way toward the left. Kick your right leg out to the right. Press into both of your hands here for 3, 2, drop your foot down. Inhale, left arm, lift and open. Find a release in the stretch, breathe in. Exhale, the left hand floats back down. 3-legged dog, right leg lifts on an in-breath. We're gonna step both of the feet to the top of the mat. Winged arm half lift, breathe in. Catch your calves, breathe out. Rise, finish the in-breath. Lightning chair, sit it back. Right knee, single-legged, inhale. Eagle pose on the exhale. Look toward the ceiling if you can, breathe in. Squeeze the thighs, sit a little lower, breathe out. Inhale, single-legged mountain. Exhale, lightning chair. Left leg up on an in. Eagle pose on the out. Stay here, breathe in, lift the elbows, lift the fingers. Sit deep on the breath out. Back to single-legged, inhale. Lightning chair, exhale. Interlace your hands. Take a huge breath in. Broaden the collarbones, lift up, and then fold forward, let it go. Not much of a break. Halfway stretch, plant the fingers. Vinyasa will meet in downward facing dog. I'm going to throw in a cow instead of an up dog. And downward facing dog. Nice left leg, big breath in. Keep it going. Step forward for skandasana. Spin to the right, take a breath in. Wide pyramid as you exhale. Standing split, breathe in. Shiva squat, nice and strong in your core. Back to your splits, inhale. Short stance pyramid, exhale. Standing split, breathe in. Malasana at the top. This time the left arm's gonna open. Smooth your breath, slow it down if you're me. Great place to stay. Or work on that bind. Again, it could just be bringing the left hand to the top of the right thigh. Crawl the fingers down, find some space in the inside of the left underarm and shoulder and chest. Or you take that full bind, start to walk your left foot in so it's underneath your hip. Squeeze the right leg together. So without even using the arm, squeeze into your right leg. And then lift up onto your right toes. Keep hugging the right knee. And work your way, maybe, up into your balance. Set your eyes to one spot and keep smoothing your breathing out. Can you trust that you're exactly where you're meant to be? That your practice, your life, your path is unfolding? That yes, you are an active participant, but you're aligning yourself with the flow. If you're balanced, start to steady, slow motion with control if you can. Come back down. Broaden out the feet again. Release the bind. Left arm spins open. Big breath in. Balancing half moon. Peel open. Breathe in. Take a steady step back. Sky archer on your in-breath. Prayer twist to your left. Nice long breath in. Stay here as you empty. Reverse warrior, inhale it around. Wild thing, exhale, right hand down, left toes come back, breathe in. Sit and reach, maybe just with the left hand. Inhale, open. Exhale, sit and reach. One more, breathe in. Sit and reach, breathe out. Back to wild thing on the inhale. Left hand down, left knee to the right elbow. Keep both hands down for a moment as you kick that left leg over to the right. Keep it hovering for 3, 2, drop your foot. Lift the right arm, big stretch on the in-breath. Exhale, hands to the mat, 3-legged dog, breathe in. Step both of your feet to the top last time, winged arm, half stretch, breathe in. Chest to thighs, breathe out. Rise, big breath in. Lightning chair, sit nice and deep. Right knee up on the in-breath. Eagle, steady, exhale, stay here, breathe in. Sit a little bit lower, breathe out. Back to single-legged, unwind the arms and lift the knee. Lightning chair, take a big seat. Left knee right away, inhale it. Exhale, eagle, breathe in. Sit low as you breathe out. Unwind and reach the knee up on the in-breath. Lightning chair on the exhale. Stay and interlace the hands. Take a breath in. Fold forward and let it go. Release your bind. Plant the fingers on the in-breath. Vinyasa will meet in downward facing dog. We're going to take that sequence through. Last time, smoothing it out and adding on to the end. Right leg lift, breathe in. Step outside the hand for skandasana. Take a breath in. Wide pyramid, breath out. Standing split on the in-breath. Shiva squat on the out. Inhale, split. Short stance, pyramid. Standing split, breathe in. Malasana, breathe out. Right arm open on the in-breath. Right away, balancing half moon. Take a breath in, lift through the left limbs to the fingers, to the toes. Big step back, sky archer, inhale. Prayer twist, exhale. Reverse your warrior right away, peel it open. Find your wild thing. Listen, we're gonna come wild thing here, breathe in. Sit down with that left leg long. Bring your hands back behind you. Lift the chest. Adjust so that you're on your mat if you're me. And then see if you can lower onto the elbows here. So we're coming onto the forearms. Press the chest up. Stay and float the left leg up. Stay here and you reach the right leg down on the mat in front of you. Lift and lower the left leg a couple more times. So you're still on your forearms, still puffing the heart up so the sternum's reaching. Stay with that single leg lift or zip up the ankles and inner thighs. Both legs lift for 3, 2, last one. Keep the left leg long, rebend the right knee. We're lifting back up onto the palms. Take it all the way up into your wild thing, breathe in. Exhale, right hand down, right knee to the left, shoot it out. Peel the top arm open on the in-breath. And then right to high push up to chaturanga on your exhale, up dog or cobra, big breath. Downward facing dog, left leg lifts on the in. Step outside the finger on the out, skandasana, breathe in. Wide pyramid, breathe out. Stay in your breath, standing split, inhale. Shiva squat, your version, exhale. Standing split, breathe in. Narrow pyramid, breathe out. Inhale for your split. Exhale, malasana, left arm reaches on the in. Balancing half moon on the out, peel it open and fill up. Take a steady step back, sky archer, inhale. Prayer twist just for your exhale. Back to reverse, breathe in. Right hand down, wild thing. Inhale as you lift, and then we're gonna sit down. Sit the butt all the way down, bring your hands back behind you. Right leg is straight, left knee is bent. Lower down onto your forearms. Press the chest up. Shoulder blades hug toward each other on your back. Stay here or lift and lower just the right leg. Again, you can point the toes, you can flex the foot. You might do something in between or experiment, but notice the energy and flow it all the way through to the sole of your foot and the tips of your toes. Use your core, use the front of the Right leg, stay here, or extend the left leg, stay there, or we've got both legs for 3. 2. 1, we're going back to our wild thing. Left knee bends, work your way up onto your palms. All right, spin it open, breathe in. Exhale, left hand down, right, or left knee to the right elbow, shoot it out. Dancing warrior on the in-breath. High push-up and pause, high plank and pause. From your high push-up, rock forward and backward. Can you calm yourself down right here? Lengthen the spine, pull your belly button toward your lower back, but relax your jaw. For 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Walk the feet in a little closer, bend into your knees. Walk your feet a little wider. And then start to walk your hands back until you're in a little malasana at the back of the mat. Close the eyes, breathe. Invite some very slow movement into your neck. Just being really honest with yourself about how you want to finish your practice. I'm going to set up a shoulder stand sequence. As with everything, it is optional. So when you're ready, go ahead and sit your butt down. Let's start in plow. So sit the hips down, lengthen the legs out in front of you. Reach your arms up, lift the ribs away from your hips, maybe even shimmy the shoulders side to side, and then hinge it forward. So you're folding forward. This is essentially plow pose. We're just oriented differently with the legs on the ground. If you'd like to stay here and add on from here in ways that feel good to you, please do it. You know yourself best, you know your body best. If you want to work into a plow, we're going to roll back and then bring the legs up and back behind you. In plow, breathe big into your belly. So it can feel actually in either of these forward folds like it's hard to send the breath into the body. See if you can do it. Let it be gentle. Trust that the breath, the prana will find a way. From plow, see if you can shimmy the shoulders closer together and then bring the hands toward the back of the hips. You can bend the knees so that the knees come on to the very top of your forehead. From here, we're going to start to send the hips a little bit more up over the shoulders as you slowly bring the legs up toward the ceiling. Heels hug together in your shoulder stand. Walk the hands a little higher up your back toward the back of the ribs, right underneath the shoulders. Shoulder stand is called like the mother asana. It's the mother pose. There's a sweetness, a calmness to it, believe it or not. When you're ready to come out of shoulder stand, we're going to bend the knees back down toward the head, but this time widen the knees out so that you can bring your knees toward your temples. Once your knees are there, release the arms, palms face down on the mat in front of you. Again, deep breaths, soft jaw, smooth your brow. Palms are facing down. When you're ready, start to slowly send your middle back and then your lower back down onto the mat. Once your butt and your hips land, adjust your arms so that the back of your hips is on the back of the hands or the back of the wrists. From here, press into the elbows and palms as you lift your chest and start to lengthen the legs out in front of you. So heart leads up, legs stretch out in front of you at an angle. You can come up onto the crown of the head. There's very little body weight, if any, in the crown of the head here. Stay here, or you might lower the legs all the way down in front of you. Smooth, steady, calm breath wherever you've landed. Optional lion's breath. Big inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, stick your tongue out. Try and touch your chin with the tip of your tongue. 2 more, big breath in. more. Breathe in. Bring your chin to your chest. Slowly lower down, legs down. Walk the feet in, bend the knees, bring your arms to your side. Walk the feet all the way to the edges of your yoga mat and let your knees tip inward. Just breathe here for a moment. Notice the neck, the low back. You send some attention, some consciousness into those spaces with maybe an affirmation of gratitude for whatever your body was able to experience with you unconditionally, right? So truly, whatever your body is able to experience right now, just the fact that you can have an experience at all. You open yourself up to the entirety of being a human, of having a body, unclenching around areas of resistance, letting go of wanting things to be any different than they are in this moment so that you can really be fully in this moment with yourself as you are. If you took a shoulder stand in a fish pose, I'm going to suggest working your way gently up to a seat, bringing the soles of the feet together, and then folding forward into Baddha. You can let your spine round if it feels good. Let your chin curl in toward your chest. If you didn't take shoulder stand or fish, you might just stay on your back and take a spinal twist from here. If you're in Baddha, start to lift the chest. Bring your left fingers back behind you. Reach the right arm up. And then bring your right hand toward your left knee. Press that knee over to the right so that you find your twist here. Lengthening the spine as you breathe in. Draw the lower abdominals in to deepen the twist as you breathe out. Switch sides, bringing your right fingers behind you. Lift the left arm up. And then take your twist. And stay with your breath. It doesn't have to be ujjayi anymore, but can you feel when you're breathing in that sense of spaciousness, that expansion, and when you're breathing out, let yourself get a little bit more centered, a little bit more connected. Look forward and work your way onto your back, closing your knees together. Take your time to find a shavasana or a resting shape that really does feel like rest for you. Once you land, actually invite yourself to make a couple more little adjustments, to wiggle around. Maybe even to support yourself with a prop or two, or take a variation of shavasana so that you do feel like you can let go, let the muscular tension just melt. Let your mind melt away. And stay here, giving yourself this gift of stillness and rest just for a few moments. And listen for my voice shortly to end our practice. And stay here just a moment longer, seeing where you might be able to let go a little bit so that you can actively go with the flow. And start to deepen your pattern of breathing as a way to explore that experience of going with the flow. And start to invite some movement into the body in whatever way makes sense. Maybe breathing into a stretch and exhaling to work your way to a seat. When you land, let's finish with a cleansing breath here. Release your arms out to your side and then inhale as you reach out to the side and up over your head. Big breath in, stretch a little bit more toward the ceiling with the tips of your fingers. And then let it all go. Thank you for breathing, moving, taking care of yourself with me. Keep taking care of yourself. I hope to see you again soon.